Hello everyone, welcome to day 7 of the speaking challenge. For my today practice I'm going to work on my reading skills. So I'm going to read a little but difficult text trying to understand the general meaning of it, and I'm going to start. The poets of the modern era 1910 to 1940, the romantic verses of previous generations failed to express the chaos of industrialism and devastation of World War I. I think it's said that in the period of time between 1910 to 1940, when after World War I just had finished and the industrialism um, was being developing, it wasn't um, any longer actual that previous romantic art such as poems or and verses could be so influential for modern for modern poets or to modern poets. And then modern poets found new influences when the International Exhibition of Modern Art opened at New York's Armory Building in February 1913. And it said that um, that in February 1930, the International Modern Exhibition was opened at one of the New York buildings, and this exactly influenced modern artists. Okay. Then, the Armory Show, as it came to be known, exposed Americans to modern European artists like Kandinsky, Picasso, and Munch. The show also shattered traditional notions of art and introduced techniques such as abstract cubism, in which objects are fragmented and reassembled. So it said that within this exhibition, some very famous work were presented, made by European artists or painters such as Kandinsky, Picasso, and Munch. And and it said that this was something that drew American poets' attention a lot, or the most. Next, the public was shocked, and the press criticized the show, ridiculing one abstract painting in particular, Nude Descending a Staircase by Marcel Duchamp, in which a single figure is captured taking successive steps. So it said that the public were shocked by the new wave of art, which was called, or which is called, abstract cubism, but in particular, especially by one painting called Nude Descending a Staircase, which was painted by Marcel Duchamp, in which a single figure was captured in successive steps. Then, most modern poets, however, loved the show. William Carlos Williams reportedly burst into laughter when he viewed Duchamp's controversial painting. It said that there were other modern artists who liked the show And among them there were a man which name was William William Carlos Williams, a modern poet who started laughing at what um, he was watching, especially that Duchamp's painting. So Williams observed motion in an art form previously limited to still life. He understood that words no longer had to be static. It's said that Williams could observe that words no longer had to be static, but put in more, how to say, but made in, how to say, in more viable, yeah, in more viable way. And then he began infusing movement into his imagery. New poetic styles sprang to life as other poets applied the techniques of visual art to poetry. So he said that he started to use these techniques in his imagery, and it also influenced other modern American poets to put more movements in the poetry, in their poetry. So they like they made a step into visual art, I would say that. And that was the end of the text, and actually it was an exercise from the book of the GRE exam. And here is some questions. Here is one question. The main point of the passage is best stated in which of the following sentences? A. Marcel Duchamp gave modern American poets a way to express the effects of industrialism and war. B. The general public and the press hated the Armory show because the pieces did not follow conventional, traditional artist techniques. C. Using words instead of paint, modern American poets applied the abstract and cubist techniques of modern European visual art to poetry. D. One form of art can easily influence and shape another. E. William Carlos Williams was influenced by Marcel Duchamp to apply cubist techniques to his poetry. And I think the answer is C. Using words instead of paints, modern American poets applied the abstract and cubist techniques of modern European visual art to poetry, because it was said in the last sentence of the text that new poetic styles sprang to life as other poets applied the techniques of visual art to poetry. And I'm not really sure that I'm right with my answer, and I would really appreciate if Jonathan, you can help me to understand which answer is correct in this text. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, everyone. See you later, and bye bye.